On February 14th, a day typically associated with love and romance, things took a turn for the worse in Sarasota. It all started when Officer Julia Beskin of the Sarasota Police Department stopped a vehicle that was in clear violation of the rule. As she approached the vehicle, she realized it was none other than Congressman Martin Hyde. Right off the bat, Hyde had an attitude. He didn't seem concerned about the traffic violation. Instead, he immediately mentioned that he would go to the chief, throwing his weight around like his title would get him off the hook. Can you imagine the nerve? It was a classic case of entitlement. But Officer Beskin remained professional and told him to go right ahead and call the chief.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? Officer Beskin, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I'll just call the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead.
Then Officer Beskin politely asked for his license and registration. But Hyde started muttering things under his breath, to which the cop told him that she had a job to do. He then asked her how long she had been a cop. She politely said 7 years and asked again for his registration. But Hyde was not complying. Instead, he asked her if she was going to arrest him. He even had the audacity to tell her to call the chief and play him the video from her body cam and then call the mayor. Some people just can't make things easy for you. The cop seemed unbothered, but this only angered him.
I see your license, registration, insurance, please.
You can do this?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry? I still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah, okay. What's your name?
Officer Beskin, it's going to be on the citation. Can I see your insurance, registration, and your license, please? Sir, can I have your paperwork, please? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Play with this video.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, darling. I'm telling you what to do.
She again asked him if he was going to provide his registration or not. But Mr. Hyde had the nerve to tell her that she was making career decisions. Like, who made him the boss? She reiterated why she had to stop him, because he was speeding and texting while doing that. But he had the nerve to question that as well. The cop then went back to her car to get the speed device. When she came back, Hyde claimed he had just spoken to her supervisor. Instead of being helpful, the congressman questioned whether it was her Russian immigrant status that made her talk to people like this. Real low, Congressman.
I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why
sir.
are you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Says who? Where's your video?
All right. Hang tight.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
Unfazed, the cop called to get in touch with her supervisor while the congressman smirked and scoffed at her. She went on with the formalities, telling him he would get a citation. She mentioned he could wait for her supervisor to come, but until then, she was going to follow proper procedure.
10-14-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
You don't want your paperwork?
6142, Canadian 51, Great Bell
You
Street.
don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm not
issued a
interested in
citation.
Everything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
She continued to inform him that he had been issued a citation for failing to produce his registration. Then she told him that he was also going to get a citation for speeding. This only angered the congressman even more. He had the nerve to bring up what the supervisor had supposedly said about her. Thankfully, the cop was professional throughout and kept telling him she had a job to do. Honestly, we should appreciate these cops who stand by their oath. The situation was escalating quickly as Hyde kept yelling and even pulled out his phone to record. Officer Beskin calmly explained the procedure to him, unfazed by his rude remarks. Hats off to her.
You are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
All
right. Sir, you're gonna be issued a
here.
citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. Your fine is
right here.
$256. Information in the back.
It's
You're
right
gonna
here.
have an option to
It's on
plead
your
guilty,
camera.
an option to plead not guilty, and an option to take a safe driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine and it will reduce your points. If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If you
He said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete,
before like this,
okay,
and he's going to have you again.
and that's fine,
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
sir.
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
If you decide to go ahead and do the course, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're winning?
require a certificate of
Do you?
completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it, otherwise they will go ahead and suspend your license. You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Okay? You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Your fine is $116. Information in the back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty and an option to plead not guilty. You are going to be issued a citation for failure to provide your registration upon request. Your fine is $116. Information in the back. You can plead guilty or not guilty.
You're lying.
Green paper.
Give him the citation. You're
Green
lying.
paper tells you
Why
you
are
have
you
30
lying?
days to repay.
Why are you lying?
You have 30
Why
days to
are you
reply.
lying?
Your payment options are on the green form.
Simple question. Why are you lying?
Phone number on the bottom in
When your
case you have any
supervisor
questions. When my supervisor comes, I'll wait for him with you if you like me to. Your citation's over here. You can accept them. I will wait. I will wait, but I will wait in my car. There you go.
But to make things worse, he got out of his car and stepped onto the road. The officer immediately told him to get back into his car or stand on the sidewalk to avoid any accidents. She also called for backup. Seriously, he was making a complete idiot out of himself.
Sir, step back into your car or stand on the sidewalk so you don't get hit by a vehicle. It's for your safety. 14 right here. Can I have another unit respond?
6117, 51,
Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir? 10-4, the driver being extremely uncooperative.
The cop then got on a call with her sergeant, who told her to leave the scene. But she explained that she couldn't because Hyde wouldn't let her go until a supervisor arrived. She mentioned she had just given him 3 tickets and that he had threatened to come after her job. Honestly, what nerve! Thankfully, all of this was caught on camera.
Yes, Sarge.
6142 to 6715, are you anywhere closer?
I can't. He won't let me leave until a supervisor shows up. Martin Hyde. I just gave him 3 tickets.
Okay.
Yes. Bye. Speeding 57 and a 40, texting while driving, and failure to produce his registration because he told me I could look it up. And he's gonna have my job. Everything is on camera. Alrighty. Bye.
Minutes later, Officer Beskin stepped out of her car again and asked the congressman if he was going to wait for the supervisor or leave. He insisted the supervisor was on the way. He continued to vent his frustration, questioning why she was doing this. Officer Beskin calmly reminded him that she had a job to do and that nobody was above the law. Hyde grudgingly agreed, but added that there should be a level of respect. Respect? Really? Maybe he should start by following the law. She pointed out that as an influential person, he could fight the citations in court if he wanted to, and he said he would.
Are you still waiting for a supervisor, or are you leaving?
Frangione's coming down.
Okay, very good.
By the way, he's a friend of mine.
I'm sorry?
I'm aware of that situation.
Okay.
I'm on my way over there.
You know Pat Robinson, right?
Yes, I do, sir.
Why are you doing this?
Because I have a job to do, sir.
Not like that.
Nobody's above the law.
No one's above the law. You have to have some degree of respect for law-abiding.
That degree of respect started the moment I walked up to your car, sir.
No. You knew exactly what you were doing and you made a mistake.
If that is your feeling, you are more than welcome to fight the citations in court.
I'll fight the citation. I'll
Okay.
fight your employment.
Okay. You're more than, you're an influential person.
Very.
You can go ahead and do that.
Yes, I can.
Still not satisfied, the congressman asked why she wasn't apologizing. The cop told him she had nothing more to say to him, and he should just speak with her supervisor.
You're sorry.
Because I did nothing wrong, sir. I was doing my job, but I am going to ask you either to sit in your car or step on the sidewalk because I don't want either one of us getting hit. Okay. Sir, I have nothing more to say to you, sir. You requested my supervisor. You can have the conversation with them now.
Another cop arrived at the scene, and Officer Beskin explained the whole situation to him. The cops informed Hyde that the supervisor was on his way, but Hyde just kept going on about what a big mistake she made and how he would make sure she paid for her disrespectful behavior.
Sarge Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration when I asked. He told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know who he is,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you found identified him.
Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay by to cite him, or is that what?
He already got cited
Oh, he has already.
Yeah.
Citation. So you just.
from the moment I walked up.
So you're just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Bobby just pulled up.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Hyde. I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone.
I did, yeah.
Okay, he's on his way. She requested another unit, so that's why
How do
another
you give
unit.
someone a ticket for no registration when they've got their registration? She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is the expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It'll take 2
Yeah.
seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful.
He went on a rant about how he represents their union and is friends with everyone in the police department. Seriously? He started whining about the way Officer Beskin spoke to him. He even boasted that he didn't care about the ticket because he had the money to pay for it. But he would not be disrespected by her.
I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your union. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
I was talking to my sergeant. Sergeant, if you don't mind if we could step over off the road onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
it's
a second,
public safety
officer.
thing, yeah. Come on then.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes,
in
sir.
union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yeah. Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. And for what reason? I could care less. If they were giving write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
Okay. And like I said, Sergeant Frangione will be over here to talk to you about her interaction.
Hyde claimed he wasn't asking for special treatment, but also didn't want to be treated like a punk. Oh, the irony. He just kept droning on about how he was disrespected as the cops waited for the supervisor to show up. It's pretty sad that someone like this is also responsible for representing unions.
I mean, of all the people to do it to,
Yeah, I understand, sir. And you know, I set you. You know, I've been with the negotiations with you, and I understand where you're coming from.
I don't ask for special treatment, but I don't expect to get treated like a punk.
Let me go talk to her and see.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
She's got it in her head. I know exactly who she is. Frangione told me exactly who she is. That's fine. 7 years might not turn into 8.
Finally, when the supervisor showed up, the congressman asked if his body cam was on. The cop replied it had to stay on. Seriously, what is going on here? Hyde then accused Officer Beskin of lying about everything. What a storyteller.
Hey, Martin. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
All right, so here's the thing. She lied about the cell phone thing.
Okay.
She lied about the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration, and she's registration. It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off, she writes me a ticket, she brings me back a citation. I said, there it is.
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being funny. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I back you guys left, right, and centre.
I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do
And
know
I
that.
don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to the mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take kindly. She knew exactly, because I said to her, yeah, right away. I said, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's what we do. But I understand.
Yeah, I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
It's not what you do, and you know it.
The supervisor tried to calm him down, explaining that Officer Beskin was just doing her job. He informed Hyde that everyone in the chain of command had been notified. They would review the video, and if there were any issues, he would be the first to know.
I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to dock her video. Right now she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well, I know there's problems. The difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
But Mr. Hyde was on a roll. He was making a huge deal about a simple traffic stop. The supervisor explained that it was just a state statute and that he understood what Hyde was saying. But the congressman had the nerve to gloat, claiming that cops shouldn't treat people who support their department like this. The audacity! He even called the cop difficult and cocky when he was the one acting that way. And just like that, he drove away. Seriously, can you believe this guy?
How can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration? I mean, as if I get a $150,000 car, I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register the car. Why do that?
I understand what you're saying.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic officer that writes.
Would you give a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you have a video on there, but the fact is, nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. Nobody.
I understand what you're saying, and you producing it, she probably should have taken that ticket away, but I'm going to find out what exactly occurred.
Because she had a bee in her bonnet because she thought she was on a big power trip. Guess what? She's been there 7 years. She ain't going to make 8. I'll make sure.
Well, I'll get going on.
She ain't.
All right, listen, that's your prerogative. I want to get
this
started.
This is not right, Andy.
Okay, I understand.
It's not right. You don't treat people that have treated and supported your department like that.
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Bare minimum of respect is yes sir, no sir. Not a word of it. Straight up. Talking to me like I'm a piece of dust. Get back in your car. Which is this? She's standing. She's got a car door open, and I'm leaning against here talking to someone. Okay. So, in case you get hit by traffic, just being difficult. Okay. Just being.
I understand. I do understand where you're coming from.
But it isn't. It's a bad interaction.
Yeah. It definitely seemed. It definitely seemed like it was.
It's a bad interaction. How difficult is it to come to me and say, you're doing 57, give us your license and your registration? Why get into immediately like that when she knew exactly who she was talking to? If that's how, no wonder you got people shooting people in Newtown if that's how you talk to people.
All right, Martin, I'll talk to you later.
writing tickets when someone's actually got the physical stuff, tell me that's me.
I understand. I do.
Finally, the congressman came to his senses and issued a public apology to Officer Beskin. Too little, too late, Congressman. It was obvious that he was just trying to save face to secure his seat as a candidate. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories. Stay tuned and stay safe.